Okay, so today we are going to be learning how to multiply decimals using manipulatives, and the problem that we're going to do today is 2.4 times 2.3. And then just for our key, each one of these flats represents one whole. A rod represents 0.1 or 1/10, and then a cube represents 0.01 or 1/100th. So to go ahead and start with this problem, we're going to set up an array. So we're going to start out with 2.4 going across the top. We are going to set out two holes to get our 2, and then using our rods, which like we said is a 10th, excuse me. We are going to set out 4 of those so we get 4 tenths. And then going down the side, we're going to set up 2.3. So we're going to set up 2 holes again, and then 3 tenths. I prefer to separate it out at first just so I can make sure I have the right number of pieces, but once I know I have everything that I need, I'm just going to go ahead and kind of smush it together so everything is in a nice, neat little line. And now what we need to do is kind of fill in our box. So I'm going to take another flat to fill it in, and then where I have 3 tenths, I'm going to take 3 more rods and put another 3 tenths there, and then 4 more rods under the 4 tenths. Now in this little square right here, it's too small for a rod to fit this way and too small for a rod to fit this way. So what we're going to do is we are going to use our little cubes, our 1/100ths pieces, to fill them in. So these are a little bit harder to work with just because they're so small and move a lot easier. But we're just going to do our best and fill them in until our square is complete. If it doesn't look perfect, that's totally okay. Okay, so once we have the best kind of square that we can, we notice that we have a lot of rods. So one of these flats is equal to 10 rods. So I know I have more than 10 rods, so I'm going to go ahead and count out 10 so I can switch it out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I take my 10 rods and I switch them out for one flat. And now I see I have a lot of cubes. I can do the same things with cubes, but instead of switching them out for a flat, I can switch it out for one rod. So I'm going to count out 10 cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take my 10 cubes and replace it with one rod. Okay, well now I know I can't replace anything or switch anything else out, so let's go ahead and count it. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rods, and 1, 2 cubes. Okay, so when we write that out, we have 5 flats, just like that. We have 5 rods and 2 cubes, just like that, for a little picture drawing. But we know, because of our key that we used earlier, that a flat equals 1. So we have 5 1s. We also know that a rod equals 0.1, so we know we have 5 tenths. And then we know we have 2 hundredths because of our key earlier. So what we can go ahead and do with that is we know that we have 5s in the 5 1 places, 5 in the tenths place, and 2 in the hundredths place. And that gives us our answer of 5.52. Perfect.